Got it. Okay.
Good afternoon, Shannon. How are you?
Hi, Robin. I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. I just wanted to ask you before we get started if it's all right if I record this.
Sure, no problem.
It's just for training purposes.
I understand.
Okay. So I know that we once met before a couple weeks ago, and we went over the confidentiality clause. However, I have to go over that again. So you know that nothing that you say in this room is going to leave this room unless, of course, you say anything that you're either you're not safe, you're going to harm yourself or somebody else.
No plans on hurting myself or anybody else right now. So
That's good.
Good.
That's good to know. So I wanted to go over some few things that we talked about last week and about your anxiety levels and how high you stated they were. Can you tell me a little bit right now how it's going?
Well, my anxieties are pretty high. Right now, me and my family, we're kind of stressed financially and stuff. We're living off of my income, and it's just not quite enough to really. We really have to be careful and stretch our dollars to make our ends meet. And now I'm having car trouble, so just kind of compounded the problem.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's kind of high. My anxiety is kind of high right now.
Okay. Sorry to hear that, Shannon. So from when we met 2 weeks ago until today, has it changed at all?
Not much. I mean, a couple of times during some of the stuff that you gave me to work on and everything, like walking meditations and stuff. There were some times whenever for a few minutes it seemed like it was helpful, but it was too easy to get distracted by thoughts about my problems.
Okay. Well, so what types of things did you do? So you said walking meditation, and is there anything else that you tried?
I did go for a walk out in nature, so kind of a hike, if you will. It wasn't anything really strenuous. There's a park nearby that has some rolling hills and some treed wooded areas and stuff, and so I went for a walk out there, and I was one of very few people. There wasn't very many people out because it was cooler and windy, so it was good to kind of be alone, and that felt pretty nice. The walking meditation was kind of it was a little bit weird for me, but I did try and put my best foot forward with it. Like I said, for a few minutes it seemed to help a little bit, but I'm in my house looking at all my stuff and everything while I'm trying to do it, and it just got wrapped up in the stack of bills sitting on the table and things like that. Okay. So I tried some breathing techniques also to kind of allay my anxiety, and maybe a little bit of help there, but it's not like something I could do all day long to keep my anxiety down. So minimal help.
Okay. All right. And did you try the music at all?
I listen to a variety of music anyway, so in a way music does already help, but again, that's something that it helps while it's there. Okay. And stuff, but whenever the music's off and it's time to deal with reality, the music's gone, and it's just me and my problems and the stress of what we're going through right now.
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry that they haven't met your levels that you wish to meet in the past 2 weeks, but is there something else that you wanted to try, or would you like to stick to this for a little bit longer? What are your ideas?
I said that like the walk out in nature helped me quite a bit. So, and that was just me in some open space and able to just let my mind go for a little bit and enjoy where I was at. And so, if there's any kind of like guided meditations or something of that nature where I can kind of, like instead of having to be active, like with the walking meditation where you got to think about what your body's doing and everything while you're trying to figure out this stuff. Maybe more along the lines of something where I can just sit and let my thoughts get lost in something else for a little bit, while also, having something there that's actually, talking me through how to release anxiety and stuff like that.
Okay. So you're open to try that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it
So, okay. So guided meditation, it can help you focus on your breathing. It can also help with your wandering thoughts, with your bills piling up and stuff like that. It could definitely help that because you're listening to people, guide you through, either a body scan or, how you're starting to feel.
What's a body?
A body scan?
With that term, yeah.
So a body scan is through the guided meditation. It has you focus on one part of your body while you're taking a breath in and taking a breath out. So you're getting your mind off of what your worries are and your anxiety. And so it basically makes you focus on one part of your body at a time.
Okay, so kind of like the walking meditation, but instead of actually doing something while thinking about that body part doing something, I'm just like at rest thinking about what that body does or whatever it feels like or something.
Well, I mean, you'll go through, so I can either basically go through this with you if you want to try that out, or I can do something like we can play it and I can go along with you and I could do it with you to make, your first time, see if you're comfortable with that. And like they said, the body scan is just focusing, like I could say, take a deep breath in and focus on your, your head or your forehead, and then keep going down to see how you can just take the focus off your anxiety or issues and then focus on the part of the body that I'm talking about while we're breathing in and out.
So you're going to be my guide? Excuse me.
I could be your guide, or if you feel more comfortable, I can also play, like me and you could do it together with a guided meditation in the background to see if it's something that you're willing to do at home.
I think I would like to try that because, you being my guide isn't, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but you're not always going to be here. And if you've got something that you can give me that I can do at my leisure, at my home, whenever it fits my schedule, and that kind of thing, I think that might be a bit more helpful.
Okay, I can do that. Let me look for, are you willing to do that now, or are you ready to sit
Yeah,
and relax?
I'd like to try it now with you so that we could talk about, what worked and what didn't work for me after we're done, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. I have this 5-minute meditation for anxiety. If that's something you want to do with me, we can absolutely do that now.
Yeah, 5 minutes doesn't sound like it'd take too long to get through, and that way at least I get a feel for it.
Right. So if you want to just get really comfortable in a spot where you can kind of like sit back and relax and be comfortable, because that's, the most part of doing this.
Okay.
And you just let me know whenever you're
kind of
ready.
a comfortable spot now. I'll just kind of sit back a little bit and
All right.
I'll want to adjust my thing here.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Let me.
Hi, I'm Denise Benitez, and we'll be doing a guided meditation to reduce anxiety. So find yourself a comfortable seated position and we'll get started. Bringing your hands to your kneecaps or your lap and taking the first deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth, closing our eyes. Again, follow your breath, taking a deep inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. Follow your breath, taking another deep inhale through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And observe the breath. Sometimes we notice that our breathing is not as deep as we thought it was. We might be breathing shallow breaths throughout the day. So how can you take more notice what it feels like right now to be breathing as deeply as you are? Now we're going to hold our breath for a beat at the top. Taking a deep inhale through our nose, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, holding our breath 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale through your nose 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath 1, 2, 3, 4, and release 1, 3, 4. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. And see how it feels now that you're breathing deeply at the top of your head. Bring your awareness and your attention to the top of your head. If there's tension in your forehead, how can you take a deep breath in and out and feel tension release there? Sometimes we might be holding tension because of concern or worry, scrunching our forehead. Send some breath and awareness there. Take another deep inhale and continue to bring your awareness down your body as we do this progressive relaxation technique known as body scanning. Bringing our awareness now to our cheek. Maybe it was a day of smiling, a day of talking a lot. How can you bring your attention there and release any tension that might be there in your jawline? Continuing to follow your breath, taking a deep inhale in and exhaling. Bring your awareness down from your jaw to your throat. How can you send a deep breath there? And upon exhaling, feel the tension release from your throat. Maybe there was words unsaid that you might be holding in from the day. How can you feel that tension relax there in your throat? Continuing to make your awareness graze down your body, and while it does so, releasing any tension, stress that we might be carrying in our body. Now in our shoulders. It's so common that we hike up our shoulders, maybe because of cold, maybe because of tenseness. How can you send a deep breath there and feel your shoulders release and come down? Feel your neck elongate. Continuing to bring your attention down your body, down your spine, to your sits bones, and send a deep breath there. Oftentimes, focusing at the base of our body helps us feel grounded. So take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale, sending a big breath there, feeling the tension, release, feeling ourselves sink into the earth, feeling ourselves grounded in this moment. Continuing to bring our awareness down our thighs, down our calves, into our ankles, to our toes, to our feet in contact with the floor maybe. And send deep breath there, really feeling yourself grounded in this moment. And this moment. Again, take a deep inhale through your nose, the deepest that you've taken all day. And releasing the deepest exhale of all day. And when you're ready, bring your attention back to your surroundings, away from your breath. But know that you can always come back here. Open your eyes. And thank you.
That was pretty good. I feel much better now.
Yeah. So can you tell me what you were going through, like your feelings, your emotions during that meditation?
Well, at first it was, just trying to concentrate on what she was saying and what the expectation was. And then I kind of got the hang of where she was going with things and stuff. And so for a minute there, I felt kind of silly and I don't know why, but it just had kind of this silliness feel to it. And it was kind of like it was goofy and that. So I was, kind of felt myself smiling a little bit and stuff. And then I thought, hey, that's a good thing because I haven't really smiled much, recently because of the stress that I've been under. So I just let that ride out and everything. And then as it progressed down my body, really truly was feeling more relaxed and more relaxed. And then I had this awareness at one point, whenever I was relaxing my legs, that I realized that the posture that I had when we started was I was like this ball. I had my knees up close to my body and my arms were all inside and I was leaning over and I was just like all balled up with anxiety and it was just pretty uh a pretty amazing awareness to have as to just how much my body was holding on to all this anxiety that I
Mhm.
had. And while I realized that my money problems and my bills are still there, I'm still sitting here being amazed by how a little 5 minute guided meditation just took me completely out of that state and has me relaxed and feeling pretty good.
And that's good to hear. I mean, so something is working for you for at least that 5 minutes, right? And um, is it something that you can commit to doing for the next couple weeks? Um,
Yeah, I think so. That seems simple enough. It seems like if I'm at work or something and I'm getting pretty anxious, I could like go into the bathroom and sit down and do the meditation in the bathroom to be able to relax if I'm getting pretty tense at work. Because work's stressful too for me. So, but it's not a bad thing. It's just stress.
mhm.
That's there. It's not like I'm worried about my job or anything of that nature. I just have a lot of responsibility at work, and so that it with that responsibility comes a lot of stress.
Right, right.
This could help me, alleviate some of that extra stress while I'm at work. So yeah, I can commit to doing this.
Okay. So if I were to send you like this one, or would you like different ones that you can use? Um,
I think I'll stick for that with that one for now. I don't mind trying some other ones maybe down the road a little bit, but right now that really worked well for me. So I'd like to keep with it.
okay. And it's only 5 minutes. That way you could just take 5 minutes out of your day if you're feeling stressed or anxious and use that. So I
Right.
can definitely send you that through your email. And that way you can use that, and that could be like your homework. So for the next couple weeks, do that, and then we can meet again in 2 weeks from today. I think it's going to be the December 14th.
Okay. But
And is that good for you, December 14th?
yep.
Okay. What time works for you?
Um, you know, anytime after about 4:30 in the afternoon, that's about what time I get home from work. So gives me a chance to kind of get home and let the workload go away, and then you know I can have a moment of relaxation before getting into um whatever is going on at the house.
I get it. Okay. So we will meet on December 14th, um, and see how that goes for you. I really hope it does work. And I really appreciate that you're have an open mind to try new things. If one didn't work, that, you could try something else new. So I appreciate that.
Uh,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I really appreciate you working with me and being patient as I go through these processes as well. I really do want to, feel better and get back to my old self. But before I came to see you, and before I got into this situation, I was a pretty happy, jovial guy. I like to joke around and have fun with my friends and my coworkers and my family. And here lately, I haven't been very fun to be around because of how much stress has been on me. And I don't like being this person. So, if I can find a way out, and my problems might still be there, but if I can find a way that I can ease my personal burden of that stress, that here's the situation that I can't do anything about, but I don't want to feel like I'm hopeless, and I felt hopeless for a while now. So and this made me not feel hopeless anymore.
Well, I'm glad that I can, we could find something together that makes you feel that way. And definitely, I hope it helps you, get back to that person. And, of course, after a few sessions with me and going over other things as well, finding something that works for you first, and then we'll work on something else, in a couple weeks, and, we'll progress from that point.
Sounds good.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or?
Nothing off the top of my head at the moment, unless a really good automotive mechanic that can help me with my car. That's pretty reasonable. My financial situation, you understand already. So,
I wish I did that for you. I wish I could give that to you, but I cannot. But I am very grateful that you showed up tonight and that you were willing to work with me. And I am looking forward to seeing you in the next 2 weeks.
All right. I appreciate you and your time. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too.